Hello, everyone. You've landed on Let's Talk News with your host, me, Leticia Remauro. I am using that new vertical as well as horizontal stream, and I hope that I'm not like too in anybody's face here. Let's see if I could adjust the screen a little bit. I want to make sure you hear me. Let's see who we have. Francine. Hi, Francine. Good to have you here. Hi, Debbie. Good to have you with us. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, we've got some really good stuff to talk about. This Epstein file stuff is just crazy, absolutely crazy. Hello, Mama. Yes, here we go again. And it just keeps on giving, this Epstein file stuff. And the Dems just keep on giving. What a mess. What a mess. Hello, Angela. Ricca, good to have you with us. You know, I mean, it is so fishy, this whole release the files. And Trump said, release the files. And a whole bunch of files were released. 50,000 files were released. And guess what they found? They found collusion with the Democrats and Epstein himself. And they found that Donald Trump was helping to prosecute Epstein, which someone on my page, my personal page, said never happened. But I have proof, and we're going to show it here. And we saw, Newsday in collusion with Epstein. It's just crazy. And, I'm really kind of pissed because I just saw Laura Ingraham and she did my, half my show. So I guess great minds think alike. Another bombshell to bomb the Democrats again. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. They don't know what to do with themselves. So anyway, in light of everything being so fishy, I wore my fish earrings. Can you all see it? My fish earrings. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I can take them off. I don't know. There you go. They're fish. They're cute. Just really freaking ridiculous. Hello, Professor. Good to have you. The Democrats are non-thinkers. I think they think if they say it with conviction that everybody's going to believe it. That's what I think, Deb. Hello, Tony Whitaker. Hello, Colleen, my sister. I really think so. Hi there. Oh, yes, they're fishes. They're fishes because the Epstein file situation is fishy. I mean, it's crazy fishy. It's not just Bill Clinton. It's not just Obama. It's so many people, including Obama's chief of staff. I'm sorry, attorney. Hold on a second. Let's see. We'll share the screen. And we could read it together. I know you can't always see when I share the screen, but I could read it to you. All right. So, and we're going to show you the video in a minute. Stacey Plaskett, the Democrat House member from Dominican Republic or delegate, exchanged real-time texts with Epstein during 2019 Cohen hearing to undermine Trump. Epstein texted her suggestions on questions to ask Cohen about Trump's ties to him, aiming to hurt Trump. Plaskett has denied close ties, but was deposed in Epstein-related litigation, revealing more context than previous acknowledged. Jamie Raskin was involved in the 2019 hearing, coordination with Epstein's input. Records show Epstein's communication fed into Democrat strategy during the Cohen hearing to highlight Trump's Epstein links. Raskin, as oversight ranking member, has pushed for the file releases. Okay, so he's in there, and I guess he didn't know he was in there. I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Here, Catherine Rumier, Obama White House counsel, emailed Epstein a 2018 article on Trump's Stormy Daniels scandal. And we knew about Michael Wolff, right? Who was emailing him from 2015 to 19 about finishing Trump via interviews and leveraging Epstein's stories. So, I mean, this is just crazy stuff that it's all in writing now, and it's all out there, and it's all came to light because the Democrats were pushing for the files as if Trump wasn't going to release them. And now they are trying to pretend that it was Trump that was implicated in all this and not themselves. They're also, now that Trump, last night, you all heard, Trump said that they should vote to move the files and get them out. Now the Democrats are saying this. It's crazy. Hold on. Let's see. Epstein files will reveal the Democrat blowfish. No pun intended. Yeah. So here, let's just see this. All right. This is Bill Kristol is saying that Trump voted to release the files, or said to the Republicans, release the files. But why is he ordering bond? Why isn't he ordering Bondi and Patel just to release them? Because they're saying, has he already ordered Bondi and Patel to destroy some of the files after they went through them months ago? So now they're saying, all right, now this is Democrats. Now they're saying that somehow Trump and the administration scrubbed the files to remove his name from them. Now, let's think about these files for a minute. And let's think about that Edwards, a lawyer for 30 of the victims, who you're going to see in a minute, who, spoke about how Trump helped him in 2009 to nail Epstein. These files, the reason they're so important is for the victims to get compensation, for the victims to get justice, for there to be cases made against the people. And I always say men, but it wasn't just men, because apparently the Abercrombie and Fitch owner had some things going on with Epstein and young male models. So this thing is deep. And I, at the risk of sounding like a QAnon person, this is crazy shit what they're doing to these kids. And what they were doing to these kids, including Victoria's Secret and others. So I think Balenciaga, they've spoken about that. It's really crazy stuff. Good evening, Kevin Young. How are you? So now the Democrats are saying that Trump manipulated the files. So if they do that, then the bad people who are complicit with Epstein in sex trafficking children are going to be able to make that claim too. You know what I mean? So in their defense, they could say, well, I wasn't really in the files. Trump put me in because he hates me, or whatever. Is that what they're trying to do? Are they trying to protect their friends? And are they trying to be cute about it? And do we think that they're actually going to, are they winning? Are they winning over regular people? Do regular people, not the woke lunatics, not the people that dress as furries, not the people who are paid to post all over social media, but like regular people, is anybody hearing it out in the street that people think that Trump is a pedophile and it's only Trump with Epstein? Anybody? I'm not, but I live in South Carolina, and there are a lot of thinking older people here, a lot of savvy people from New York here. How about you guys? Let me know. The more they try, the more they get implicated, and the more we see and know how corrupt and desperate they are. And this would have been revealed so Trump wouldn't get elected. It's not about victims. It's about getting Trump. Yeah, just like shutting the government wasn't about the healthcare situation, and it wasn't about food stamps, and it wasn't about people. It was about leverage and power. The Dems said it. I'm not putting words into anybody's mouth. It really is crazy. It really is. They're not winning MAGA people. All over X, they're trying to, the woke influencers are trying to peddle this narrative that MAGA is leaving Trump, and they're burning their hats and their shirts and all that stuff. and it's all the Democrat influencers are posting it. It's very interesting. All I hear is they are desperate to get Trump. Okay, yeah, I hear the same. Staten Island politics people call him a pedo. Well, Staten Island politics people are Democrats, and they're woke Democrats. They're far left Democrats. So Schumer got caught trying to keep shut down until Thanksgiving. Yeah, he did. And that's why this whole Epstein thing cropped up, to try and deflect off of what was going on. Hi, Gloria. How are you tonight, honey? MAGA is leaving Trump, and I have a bridge to sell you. Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting. All right, let's make this clip go. Let's see. Which one should we? Let's show Bradley Edwards. He is the attorney for 30 Epstein victims. Watch.
Sort of interesting, because here is an attorney for some of the Epstein victims saying that Trump is the only one who helped them go after Epstein.
The only thing that I can say about President Trump is that he is the only person who, in 2009, when I served a lot of subpoenas on a lot of people, or at least gave notice to some pretty connected people that I wanted to talk to them, he is the only person who picked up the phone and said, let's just talk. I'll give you as much time as you want. I'll tell you what you need to know, and was very helpful in the information that he gave, and gave no indication whatsoever that he was involved in anything untoward whatsoever, but had good information that checked out and that helped us, and that we didn't have to take a deposition of him.
That was in 2009?
That was in 2009. I can tell you that I talked to President Trump back in 2009, and several times after that. He didn't think that it was a hoax then. In fact, he helped me. He got on the phone. He told me things that were helping our investigation. Now, our investigation wasn't looking into him, but he was helping us then.
So that's pretty interesting. There you have a lawyer for the victim saying Trump's the only one who helped us. By the way, if you think back to the Elon tweet from June right there, that Trump is in the files, it doesn't mean Trump did anything. All sorts of people were in those files and took flights and everything else. That's why this thing is so freaking messy. But
that is why the thing is messy, because Trump has, historically, people have been talking about how Trump has been helping to nail Epstein. And again, Epstein was arrested in 2019 while Trump was president. It's insane to believe that, Biden would have abided by a court order or whatever. People are saying that's why he didn't release the files with Trump all over. Bullshit. I mean, they tried to arrest the man. They tried to kill the man. We're going to think that, because the judge said, because Ghislaine Maxwell was on trial, you can't release that. Get out of here. Like it wasn't going to leak. My ass. They just didn't know somebody in the messaging machine for the Democrats didn't realize they were going to implicate their own party so much. And that's what I love. I see it on Facebook. Yeah, on TikTok too. They're trying to pin it just on him. They're trying to pin it on him as if he did something wrong when he never did anything wrong. He got rid of Epstein out of his life. I think it was 2004 or 5. And you could see in some of the videos where Epstein is, walking into Mar-a-Lago, you could see Trump. It looks like his skin is crawling as he passes him. I think Trump wanted the Dems to demand the release of the files, thinking he wouldn't. He gave them enough rope to hang themselves. I hope you're right, because, I don't want this narrative out there. I don't like it. Never ends, makes me sick. Yeah, I don't like the narrative of him calling it a hoax, and he does. And I understand what he's saying. He's calling what the Democrats are doing a hoax, like he didn't want to release the files, and making it like he was part of it. But it doesn't play well, and that's his biggest problem, is that, and I know what that is. That's like not to make yourself clear, and to kind of, what is that, stream of consciousness conversations where, you're just saying stuff out loud that's coming to your mind. I understand that. I get into trouble with that too. Yeah, and they're all calling AOC to switch from Republicans. What a bunch of crap. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, that is probably the funniest thing. If there was any dirt on Trump, it would have come out in 2016. It's true. It would have come out in 2016. It definitely would have come out in 2024. There is no way. After you see what lengths they went to try to stop Trump from running, to think that they wouldn't put it out in 2024 is hysterical. And I don't care which judge said no. It was coming out. I mean, look, for the first time ever, we've had a leak out of the Supreme Court with Roe v. Wade, right? So don't tell me that, you have to be stupid and really just, infantile if you believe that Biden didn't release, things on Trump because a judge said he couldn't. The court order expired January 2024 under Biden. Yeah, I understand. But bullshit, Colleen. Do you think that that's why Biden didn't release? If it really was anything there in Trump, and Trump has released all the files. Well, not all. There's more, I guess. They have 50,000. And he's saying now what I knew all along. The reason they were dragging their feet were they were investigating who was doing what to whom and who they had to make a case to go after. So these victims could be compensated and have justice. But now they're going to rush the files out the door. They're going to give these very rich and powerful people the opportunity to build a case or build a defense. And, and we have government lawyers. We don't have $1,000 an hour lawyers. We have government lawyers, and the best and brightest are not always in the government. And the Supreme Court had to rule, and maybe they are hiding something or some people. I think they are. I think there's a lot of people, a lot of powerful people that are going down here. Good evening, Mickey Petrides. They spend so much time trying to get Trump. They are doing nothing to help the American people. Right. And that's what Trump says, is that he just wants it out because he wants to start talking about the economy and the things that matter. And that's what's really frustrating to him. If a bullet didn't stop him, nothing will. From your mouth to God's ears. Hello, Measy. How are you? All right. So here's what Trump had to say to a reporter. I think this was either today or yesterday. And you could see it. He's exhausted. He's just running around so much. I feel so bad for him. Not for any other reason, but that this is, just a distraction from what he's trying to do between tariffs and trying to end wars and trying to fix the economy and balance it so that he doesn't cause, a big problem. Balancing world leaders, I'm sure some of them were friends of Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, if he knew Prince Andrew, he knew more. And there's plenty of Hollywood types that are in those files. It's gonna be so ugly. All right, watch.
You urged House Republicans to vote in favor of this Epstein release bill they're going to vote on tomorrow. I just want to be super clear on your position. Do you want to see that pass the Senate? Would you sign that bill if it gets to your desk?
I do want to. Here's what I want. We have nothing to do with Epstein. The Democrats do. All of his friends were Democrats. You look at this Reid Hoffman, you look at Larry Summers, Bill Clinton, they went to his island all the time, and many others. They're all Democrats. All I want for people to recognize a great job that I've done on pricing, on affordability, because we brought prices way down, but they're going way lower, on energy, on ending 8 wars, and another one coming pretty soon, I believe. We've done a great job. And I hate to see that deflect from the great job we've done. So I'm all for it. We've already given 50,000 pages. You do know that. Unfortunately, like with the Kennedy situation, with the Martin Luther King situation, not to put Jeffrey Epstein in the same category, but no matter what we give, it's never enough. With Kennedy, we gave everything, and it wasn't enough. With Martin Luther King, we gave everything, and it's never enough. We've already given, I believe the number is 50,000 pages. 50,000 pages. And it's just a Russia hoax as it pertains to the Republicans. Now, I believe that some of the people that we mentioned are being looked at very seriously for their relationship to Jeffrey Epstein. But they were with him all the time. I wasn't at all. and we'll see what happens. What I just don't want Epstein to do is detract from the great success of the Republican Party, including the fact that the Democrats are totally blamed for the shutdown. You know, they cost our country hundreds of billions of dollars with that, at a lot of inconvenience. So I'm for any. I don't. They can do whatever they want. We'll give them everything. Sure, I would. Let the Senate look at it. Let anybody look at it. But don't talk about it too much, because honestly, I don't want to take it away from us. It's really a Democrat problem. The Democrats were Epstein's friends, all of them. And it's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax. And I don't want to take it away from really the greatness of what the Republican Party has accomplished over the last period of time.
God bless him. Never trust AOC. Oh, no, of course not. I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. You know what? Kyle, my brain went to 2025, January 2025. 24, right? That's right. The order expired. It had a whole year. And that was the year, right? That was the year he dropped out. Kamala got in. So really, that's a very good point, Colleen. That could have been the linchpin after everything else failed. If there was a smoking gun in the Epstein files, that could have been, the linchpin. And I don't want to give anybody any ideas, but if the Democrats are now accusing Trump of manipulating those files, the Democrats could have manipulated them too. I just don't understand these files, these FBI file, Kennedy, Martin Luther King. It's like nobody trashes, destroys files. Of course they do. So why are these files hanging around? I don't know. Even if Trump was on the list or was on the island, etc., that was proof of who did what. Even if Trump on list or was on island, etc., what's the proof of who did what? Well, the proof is with the victims, all of whom have said he did nothing. The only people that are claiming that Trump did something wrong are people who later on retracted their claim because they knew that they were going to get in big trouble for lying. But the Democrats don't care. Look at what they've done look, I am no fan of Tish James, but they fucked her. They fucked Hochul. They fucked the one in Georgia there, Fannie Willis. It seems like the Democrats are hang out to dry Black women, right? All the people that were coming after Trump with these ridiculous claims, and also Alvin Bragg, another African American. So it's like the Democrats, are leading with these stories, these made up concoctions, and they're getting Black people to lie and to be the front people on these stories, right? Tish James, Fannie Willis, Alvin Bragg. I forget the DC, the one in Arizona, the judge in Arizona that tried to get him off the ballot. And then there was that DC judge. All Black women and one Black man. That's interesting. Very interesting. We should all commit to pray for our president every day. Oh, I do, Debbie. I do. And I love that idea. Let everybody jump on with that. Who's with her? Give her a little applause. I'm going to give her applause right now, but give her a little applause. If you're with her, tell her you're with her. I think that we all need to do that because, remember, this is our country and that's our president. And even though I criticized him, didn't like him, Joe Biden was our president. And I don't like what Donald Trump did with that photo of the auto pen. I don't like it. I think it's terrible. And I think it shows weakness. We should always pray for our president, whether we like him or not. Bias trap is classic misinfo campaign designed to distract. Absolutely. The man is stupid. Well, I don't think so, Robert. And, at the end of the day, I think that we had a great economy under him before. And I think we're in that direction again. And you tell me what man can survive and get elected again with everything being thrown against him. You tell me which president could do it. Could Biden have done it with no help from the media? Could Obama have done it? Could Clinton? Could even Bush? No, nobody is that strong. Nobody could have done what Trump did in his first term, with everything against him, and be as successful as he was with everything thrown against him. So I disagree, Robert. Good evening, Ramon. Good to have you. The real topic is World War III. Well, you're right about that. And I mean, is it going to, let's talk about it. Is it going to happen because of Putin or Xi? Where's it going to start? And who's going to be part of it? He uses the word hoax, but he should use the word distraction. Yes, I agree, Deb. I agree. I wish I could give him a thesaurus. It drives me crazy. Good evening, Beer Nut. Thank you for joining us. I love it when you join. I know that you're working. I know it's hard for you. Please give our love to Bonnie if she's watching with you. It's like a laser used to distract the catastrophic industries. You're absolutely right. This is all this is about. Trump really looks tired and sounds like he has a cold. He is tired. I mean, he never sleeps now. He's got so much to do and so little time to do it. He never sleeps. Okay, here you go. You're asking a lot of my brain cells, Professor. Help us out. So the Democrats are obsessed over Epstein's file only if it involves Donald Trump. Yes, and now that they're recognizing that Trump is exonerated out of the files, they're trying to pretend that Trump somehow scrubbed them. It's just insane, Ramon. And Mayor Adams, after he flew to see Biden about illegals, well, he never actually got there, right? But that's true. Yes, another black man hung out to dry. I learned that they don't care about facts, so I use imagination because it's fun. Well, that's good. I've been praying since before he was elected. Yeah. But what do we hear about climate change now? Crickets. They're a bunch of deranged losers. Well, that was all about the money, right, Angela? Because the Green New scam gave billions of dollars to new companies. And that's what socialism is at the end, right? Is that they use other people's money to make their friends rich. Mom Donnie's doing it with his cousin and his properties in New York, right? For grocery stores right now. We all need to pray. Yes, we do. Standing strong for America, capitalism, President Trump. I don't care what people say, think, or do. Thank you, Ramon. I'm with you. Hello, Andrew Dorman. Good to have you. Putin. Yeah, I agree. Putin will start World War III. He did say hoax as it pertains to GOP. Yes. I just, the question that they had asked a lawyer, Bradley Edwards, was now he's, he helped you in 2009, but now he's calling it a hoax. Why? And Edwards couldn't answer that because he knows that Trump knew it wasn't a hoax, and if it's taken out of context, it's hard for you to put it in context. So I wish he would use better words. Distraction. His voice was a little froggy. Yeah, it was a lot froggy. Okay. All right. So now here's the one. I want you all to watch. If you didn't see it already on some news channels, you saw it on Fox because I saw Laura Ingraham had it on. And I think the 5 had it on after I had cut it already last night. This is Stacey Plaskett. She is at the hearing. Michael Cohen. They're trying to nail Michael Cohen, and Michael Cohen is flipping on Trump. And Jeffrey Epstein is texting her while she is testifying or while at the hearing. And what happened was the Washington Post, God bless their soul, looked at the texts from the records and said, well, what was going on this day? And they figured it out that it was during the Cohen hearing. And you can see how everything matches up. This is probably, I was so disturbed over Michael Wolff guiding Epstein, but this and then Jamie Raskin and Ramira from Obama's administration texting with Epstein, it unnerves me to the core. Watch.
This was when Barack Obama was president of the United States. And while we were once driving through a struggling neighborhood in Chicago, he commented that only black people could live that way. Attorney-client privilege, yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend Mr. Meadows pointed out, misled this committee even today in a written submission that contradicted your testimony. You have suggested you are going to review that. Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record, yes or no?
Yes.
Question, you helped out the president's campaign or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman, even in your words today. It was your idea for the campaign dating back to 2011. Is that accurate, yes or no?
Yes.
Mr. Weisenberg and other individuals, Ms. Rona. Who are those individuals? Are they with the Trump organization?
They
and
are.
Are there other people that we should be meeting with?
So Alan Weisselberg is the chief financial officer.
You got to quickly give us as many names as you can so we can get to them.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot that went on.
Jeffrey Epstein directing a member of Congress on what to say and what to ask. They were working with a pedophile. They were working. Members of Congress, I want you to think about this for a minute. Members of Congress were taking orders from a pedophile to go after his enemy, the man who was after him, the man who helped in 2009 by speaking to Bradley Edwards, the attorney for these victims. Epstein hated him and wanted him gone. So you had Newsday, Wolf, you had Plaskett, you had Raskin, you had Obama, you had Clinton. There was an absolute conspiracy here. A conspiracy. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no doubt about it. And if any Democrat is going to say that this did not happen or have an explanation for it, I want to hear it. This everybody has to see. I am going to post that, especially that, on my page. And I expect everybody here, and I'm going to do a short on my YouTube. And I expect everybody that's watching to get out there and get it out there, because that is the most damning evidence that our government was conspiring with a pedophile to keep his enemy, the man who was helping the victims, from becoming president. What more do we need? Why isn't this being talked about on every news station? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself. They screwed Mayor Adams out. Yes, I'm sorry. We read that already. His text exchange is the clincher. It's absolutely the clincher. Finally, some real journalism. They actually did investigating. It's amazing. The Washington Post, of all the people. Excellent. Is anything going to happen to these people? Well, that's the whole thing, right, Maisie? I mean, the whole thing is that these files, they needed to go through them. They needed to use the information that they could use to build a case against these people. But now the Dems have been forcing it out, and then useful idiots like Marjorie Taylor Greene hop on board and go, oh yeah, release them. And they fuck the victims, and they set these people free. There's useful idiots on all sides. And unfortunately, Marjorie Taylor Greene was a useful idiot for the Democrats. So what's going to happen? I don't know, but you could bet that every assassin that's available is coming after Trump right now. So we have to talk about it in plain language. We have to get out there and really, really talk about it. We have to share it. Share the shit out of this show. And I'm glad that our numbers are so high for this show. Share the shit out of this one. This is the one. Everything. And I cannot fucking believe that the Q people, that the Q lunatics nailed this one. I cannot believe it. I mean, I cannot even believe it because never, and Colleen will tell you, I was like, Kyle, I can't with these cues. I just can't. I don't believe anything that they're saying. Look at this fucking shit. Look at it. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they're not drinking children's blood. Maybe they are. I don't know. But I mean, but we know that there's a pedophile ring going on, and it was deep in our government. Every other attempt did not work in the past. Nothing burgers for Burger King. Yep, you're right about that. Release the Epstein files. Sweetheart, where are you? Are you asleep? Or yeah, they're released. They're being released. They're all coming out. And it's hanging the Democrats. And it's hanging your friend Obama. And it's hanging a lot of people that you don't think that should be hung. Look at Stacey Plaskett. Working with a pedophile to silence his enemy who was trying to put the pedophile in jail. No king, right? Yeah, no king is right. Oh my God! I remember when you didn't believe. I don't believe the Q people are right. That's the crazy thing. This is right, exactly. Pizzagate. I can't. I mean, I can't. If Pizzagate really winds up being true, I just don't even know what to say. But I'm like all ears now, because when you have Newsday award-winning journalists telling Epstein what to do to blackmail Trump, when you have Obama's attorney, sending a pedophile information about Stormy Daniels so that Epstein could get Trump, when you have all of these people creating Russiagate, so that Hillary wins. Oh my God, I can't. How deep does this go? It's true. Trump is in them. Trump is the one who would put Jeffrey Epstein in jail. Sweetie, please read. Don't just get fed. Trump is the one that put Epstein in jail. If you look at the rest of the show, you'll see for yourself. How about let's just wait till the evidence is all out and has been examined before you start making claims that, if history has anything to show, are probably false. What are you talking about? The fact that a congressperson was coordinating with the pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein. That's fact. That's fact. What, are you going to tell me that Jeffrey Epstein all of a sudden isn't a problem? That there was a reason that they were coordinating with Jeffrey Epstein? That Jeffrey Epstein is less of a problem than somebody else? Oh, are you going to tell me Jeffrey Epstein is less of a problem than Donald Trump? No, Larry. How about you read the goddamn files? How about you give me an explanation about why 2 members of Congress and Obama's chief attorney, were talking to a pedophile and directing the pedophile and Michael Cohen how to get Trump, their political enemy, the guy who helped put Jeffrey Epstein in jail. Well, put him in jail in 2019, but actually helped bring the case in 2009. That these victims, every single one of them, said Donald Trump had nothing to do with it. So no, Larry, it's already out there. It's not just what's come out just in these few days, darling. This has been going on since 2005. You need to read more. They are drinking blood. Yuma Abedin is the leader. Oh my God, I can't. Colleen, don't. I can't do it. I can't do the cute stuff here. I can't. I know. I can't though. I can't do it. I understand, but I just can't do it. I can't. It would be too much. It's just too much. It's too much. I never wanted to believe it either, but I'm afraid Pizzagate is too. It's just too much for me. I know. Yeah. Arrest Obama, make him the first arrest. But that's the problem. So you're going to arrest an American president. I know they set the precedent, right, with Trump, but I can't abide by that thought. I don't care if I like him or not. It's our American president. You arrest one, you arrest the other. And I know they started it with Trump. I don't know. Sweetie, if you're going to come on here, don't show that you're immature and silly. Don't. It's not becoming. Trump did nothing but know the fucker. That's, David, I think that you're right. I think that back in those days, and the New York Times are already trying to explain it away, that the files show the power of New York that is almost gone, all but gone. The clubs, the fabulous people, remember Studio 54 and, the whole, the gay circle coming on the scene. It was a New York that was very different from the New York today. The lifestyle was very, very different. It was very, very different in the 60s and 70s too. But they did a story about it, what these files reveal. And this was a different world. It was a world of power and influence, really was. But Trump was sleeping with 13-year-olds according to the emails. Incorrect. That is incorrect, Pixel. The emails do not say that. Show me. Put one here that says that he was sleeping with 13-year-olds. No, the only thing the email says was that he hated Trump, and that Trump knew that Epstein was stealing girls from Mar-a-Lago. That was the comment. Trump knew about the girls because he asked Ghislaine to stop stealing the girls from Mar-a-Lago. And the girl was Virginia Giuffre. And Virginia Giuffre worked in Mar-a-Lago for Trump. Her father did the tennis courts, and she was a towel girl in Mar-a-Lago. And Ghislaine Maxwell came and said, "Do you want to come and work for us over in they called it the Pink House?" And she went to work for them at the Pink House. She was learning how to be, quote unquote, a massage therapist. And then Epstein raped her and then sold her to Prince Andrew. But Trump did not do anything with her. Trump knew her father. Her father was the employee. She worked for Trump. Don't believe the hype. You have to read and get to know yourself. Biden sniffed kids in public, and his daughter's diary mentioned inappropriate showers. The evidence is in front of their faces. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I get it. And somehow they can flub it off because they have demonized Trump to the extent, that he's the one that's going to break their whole fucking world apart. The facts are out. Yeah, they are. Hi, Anna Wade. Trump gave a blowy to Bubba. Yeah, I don't think so, Anna. And, if you're going to come here, why don't we speak like intelligent human beings? You look like a mature lady, if that's your picture. Speak intelligently. Both sides, everybody. Yeah. Well, Bubba definitely was on the island. Trump likes Bill. Oh, okay. We got more. All right. So really you think that that's what was going on, that Trump and Bill Clinton got together? I don't think so. Not for nothing, but I think both Trump and Bill have a penchant for good-looking women. Bill, we know Bill Clinton had an affair with the 22-year-old intern in the White House that he admitted to, and people just glossed right over it. No problem whatsoever. All of a sudden, everybody's getting crazy now. That Donald Trump knew Jeffrey Epstein? What? What the fuck is going on in this world? It is not in the files. It's not in the files. If it's in the file, put it here, and we could all see it. It's not in the files. Bubba is either Ghislaine's horse or Bill Clinton. Well, Bubba is Bill Clinton, and we know that. So he was complicit in trafficking. Who was complicit? Trump? No, he shut it down. He helped him get arrested in 2005, and Obama got a slap on the wrist, and then he put him away in 2019. Anna, who was the president and when the FBI and the DOJ arrested Epstein? Who was the president, Anna? Answer me the question. Oh, come on. So you're there's a bots. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's the most watched show we've ever done, and these are the bots. Epstein hated Trump because Trump knows that Epstein was a creep. Epstein hated Trump because Trump would put him away. He helped that mother go after him because of her daughter, and then he put him away. If you currently live in New York City, I advise you to get out. You're going to be very poor soon. Well, that's a true statement, isn't it? It's deeming to deprive people of SNAP benefits. Yeah, well, the Democrats did that. Talk to Chuck Schumer. Okay, we're not going to. We're not. I have no clue. AJ, I don't know who you are, but you sound like a 13-year-old. Yeah, Charles is right. I mean, Trump did give like an air blowy to the microphone, not that. Oh, come on. And really, you don't, because you're just showing how immature you are. That was deplorable of Bill. But the whole world just, for lack of a better phrase, blew it off. Sorry, Anna, I had to do that. They're afraid of Trump because he knows too much and has dirt on them, of course. Let me see. Bill in the blue dress, Trump. I'm not gonna, AJ. I mean, either speak properly. I don't need to make your disgusting references part of my show. Okay, speak nicer. Yeah, Trump is a weirdo. He says weird things about his own daughter. Sorry, it's a possibility. He didn't say weird things about his daughter. He was talking about his daughter being beautiful. Okay, and the whole world made a big deal out of it 15 years after it was said. Okay, and it was the Howard Stern show. And if any of you remember Howard Stern show, some really weird stuff was said on Howard Stern show. So don't carpe diem. It's not possible. I think Hillary kept Bill Clinton with young girls so she had leverage to control him. I think you might be right. You just agreed that I did not. I did not. What are you talking about? How many times did they try to take us down this rabbit hole? Count them. Oh, well, now, right? Nobody cared about the Epstein files. They only cared about it when Trump was president. They didn't care about it before. This poor, Edwards had to, kill himself to try and get depositions and everything else. So they never cared about it. You just, here we go. So what are you, 10? Nobody agreed that. Epstein was grossed out by Trump. How depraved can you be that a child rapist says you're disgusting? Let's stop it right there, AJ. So if a child rapist says that I'm a bad guy, I'm loving it, right? I'm loving it. What I don't want a child rapist to say is, oh, yeah, that Bill Clinton, he's a good guy. That Obama is a good guy. Think about what you're saying, AJ. You're probably like 11 years old, I swear to God. No, they didn't. Trump and Vance deprived people of SNAP. They ordered payments to be undone. Anna, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. All right, we got to go. Yeah, it's 50 minutes, and now it's all the trolls. Good night, Deb Lebedo. A lot of corruption with SNAP benefits. Yes, there's a ton of corruption with SNAP benefits. Thanks, Deb. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Anybody worth talking to? They all have info on each other. That's why they don't say much. Robin, it's amazing. It's amazing that this whole thing with Stacey Plaskett and Raskin and Pierre from Obama's administration, that they were coordinating with a pedophile and a child rapist to try and get Trump is just remarkable to me. Is remarkable. He totally said weird things. Okay, well, let's see. It was very immature of a presidential candidate to talk at length about God almighty, where did these people come from? Talking about weird, look at you, it's all in your eyes. Oh, well, thank you so much, JD. Yeah, well, why are you here then? Okay, let's see. Where are my friends here? Good night, Colleen. Good to have you. Let's see. Good night, Andrew Dorman. Good night, Kevin Young. I think this Christmas will be the last one for New York City. Once Mamdani takes office, no more Thanksgiving Day parades. I agree with you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And thank you, Susan Durema. And I will see you tomorrow. And thank you, trolls. We enjoyed having you, AJ and Anna and Carpe Diem and the rest. You're welcome anytime. Just keep it clean, all right? Just a little clean. Talk to you later. Bye.